Browns urged to make stunning move involving Shedeur Sanders. The Cleveland Browns will have decisions to make at quarterback. Dillon Gabriel is the starting quarterback, but after the team traded Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals, the team needed a new backup. Shedeur Sanders is the only other quarterback on the roster, but Bailey Zappe could be signed to the practice squad. If Zappe does become the backup quarterback, Browns insider Jason Lloyd urges Cleveland to simply release Sanders. But if Bailey Zappe is more trustworthy to a team that has spent 25 years searching for competent quarterback play, then what are we really doing here? Lloyd wrote. Cut Sanders, just as the Philadelphia Eagles did with sixth-round quarterback Kyle McCord and countless other teams do every year with countless other late-round rookie quarterbacks, and end this silly madness. McCord returned to Philadelphia on the practice squad, Lloyd added. The Browns are protecting Sanders on their 53-man roster so another team can't pluck him off their practice squad, yet they're about to promote Zappe from the practice squad ahead of him. When else has that ever happened? Lloyd believes Sanders has caused a ton of unnecessary media attention to the team, which is why he believes the team needs to make a move. Cut him. Trade him. Whatever. Let him become someone else's daily topic of conversation. At 1-4, the Browns have enough problems. Clearly, he isn't viewed as one of the solutions, Lloyd added. Sanders, thankful for whatever role he has. Sanders has been the Browns' third-string quarterback and has been running scout team practice. The rookie quarterback has been inactive all season, but despite that, Sanders said he's thankful for the role he has with the team. I'm in a great mental space overall, Sanders said. So I would say you tend to get a little bit more excited when you see a light at the end of the tunnel, for sure. Whatever my role is here, I'm thankful. I'm happy just to do that. If Sanders is named the backup quarterback, he said the goal is to make sure Gabriel is ready Sunday. We're going to make sure we do everything we can to make sure Dillon's ready for the game, Sanders said. Whatever that means. Each and every day, even when Joe was the starter, preparing the right way and be ready to know that you could get out there at any point in time. I'm overly confident within myself. I know when I first got here, I'm ready to play, but it's up to the coaches and whatever decision they make then, I'm fine with. The Browns take on the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road on Sunday. Browns coach hasn't named Sanders the backup. Despite Sanders being the only other quarterback on the roster, he hasn't been named the backup. Cleveland could promote Zappe to be the backup, so Browns coach Kevin Stefanski said he is still mulling over the backup quarterback job. Still working through all roster types of things, Stefanski said on October 8. I always have to be mindful of our players and our players' development, and I want to make sure that I'm always doing what's best for our players and, of course, our team. But with young players, I'm always thinking about last week, making the change to Dillon Gabriel, Stefanski added. You have to think long and hard about that, because these are young players that you're so invested in their development. So, I'll let the week play out and make a decision later on. Regardless of who the backup is, Gabriel will be making his second career NFL start on Sunday. The Cleveland Browns quarterback saga continues to spiral into a full-fledged drama, and at the center of it all stands rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, the son of Hall of Famer Deion "Primetime" Sanders, whose rise, resilience, and reputation have kept fans glued to the unfolding story. But in a twist that few saw coming, a growing number of analysts and insiders are now urging the Browns to make a stunning move involving Shedeur, one that could redefine not only his career but the franchise's direction moving forward. A rookie with star power. When Shedeur Sanders was drafted, it wasn't just about his skill set, it was about what he represented: swagger, confidence, leadership, and the prime DNA that made his college days at Colorado unforgettable. From his precision passing to his calm under pressure, Sanders looked like the kind of quarterback who could transform a locker room and electrify a fan base starving for consistency under center. But the Browns, true to their unpredictable reputation, have made his NFL journey anything but simple. With quarterback trades, rotation rumors, and a front office that seems torn between the future and the present, Shedeur has found himself in the middle of a tug-of-war between development and immediate results. And now, whispers around the league suggest that some insiders are urging Cleveland to make the boldest move yet, either commit to Shedeur as the face of the franchise or trade him before his potential is wasted. The case for commitment. There's no denying Shedeur's talent. He's accurate, poised, and has that magnetic personality that energizes both teammates and fans. More importantly, his football IQ is well beyond his years, a product of being raised around elite football minds. Analysts like Ryan Clark and Dan Orlovsky have argued that if the Browns truly want to establish an identity, they need to build around their young star, not make him compete for backup snaps. Cleveland's biggest mistake would be to stall Shedeur's development, one insider said. You don't bring in a quarterback like that to hold a clipboard. You build the playbook around him and let him grow into the job. The argument here is simple. The Browns have tried the veteran route for years, Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett, and others, but the result has been inconsistency and instability. With Shedeur, they finally have a player who combines skill with leadership potential. The stunning move, some believe, should be handing him the keys now, not later. The case for a trade. But there's another side to this debate, and it's just as loud. Several media voices and former executives are suggesting that the Browns may not be the ideal environment for Shedeur's development. Between front office turmoil, play-calling inconsistency, and a divided locker room, they argue that the Browns risk stunting his growth if they keep him buried on the depth chart or constantly looking over his shoulder. If they're not going to commit to him fully, they owe it to the kid to trade him, one former NFL GM said. He's too talented to sit in a chaotic situation. Imagine Shedeur in a system like Atlanta, New England, or even Denver, where the offense could be tailored around his strengths and leadership style. The thought alone has sparked heated debates across talk shows and social media. It wouldn't be the first time a young quarterback thrived after leaving a mismanaged team. Just ask Geno Smith or Baker Mayfield, both of whom rebuilt their careers after moving on. Deion Sanders' shadow and support. Of course, every move involving Shedeur inevitably leads back to his father. Deion Sanders, now the iconic coach at Colorado, has never been shy about advocating for his son, but he's also careful not to overstep the line. Still, behind the scenes, sources say Deion has been vocal about wanting to see his son in an environment that values him fully. He's ready. All he needs is belief, one close associate reportedly quoted Deion as saying.